Hey there, YouTubers. This is Off-Grid Amateur again. I'm just sharing with you some quick updates about some upgrades I've made to my system. When you live off the grid, a lot of the times off-the-shelf products do not exist, and you have to exercise a little trial and error. As you've seen from my previous videos in the shower, we had this bucket here, but I wrapped it with this foil-faced bubble wrap to insulate it. This shortens my heating time on the water by about 30%. I used to take about 45 minutes to bring the water up to temperature, and now it's right around a half an hour. So that upgrade has allowed me to save some energy in my solar system, but there's a couple more things I need to show you from the bathroom. Okay, going around to the bathroom here. And in the bathroom, this is my water processing facility. And in my previous video, you know that this drum is blue and uncovered. Well, I used that same foil-faced bubble wrap to wrap around, not so much for insulating value, but for light blocking. I have a window over here that brings in a fair amount of sunlight during the day, and the drum was not completely opaque. It was allowing some light penetration, and every so often I clean this drum out. I pull it outside the house when it's completely empty, and I pressure wash the inside. Well, I had a more than a expected amount of algae growth in the water, and while my 1 micron filter down below handles that, I just wanted to keep this water as clean as possible. The only drawback is I can't use the flashlight like I demonstrated in the other video to see what the water level is. So I just have to lift this up and I can look inside, but the drum, or the 5-gallon bucket here, needs to be empty when I do that. Right now I'm processing a 7-gallon container of water. And of course the toilet is another issue as well. I'll raise the lid up here. In my previous video, that had a black urine diverter, and it had a distinct lip along the back edge. And now, as you can see, I modified what was my old one, and this one has a lip that actually drapes down inside the bucket. And the reason that I needed to have something that would drape inside the bucket is the surface tension of the water, or the urine rather, would flow down underneath the bottom and create a mess underneath. So this older one that I had that was fiberglass, and I know it's kind of fancy with the gold, I chose this color because that way I didn't have to deal with, like, looking at urine stains or whatever, but it's kind of highbrow. Either way, the urine diverter still functions just like it normally did. I just cut off the back portion of this fiberglass bowl. It used to go all the way around, and I cut off the back portion so as to make sure that that is completely open. It gives you a much larger area to work with. But those are the upgrades and the changes I've made to the system since you last saw anything. One, to control any derelict urine that might be, trying to find its way outside of a contained space. Blocking the light to completely prevent algae growth, and insulating my shower bucket so that when we heat that water, we're not using nearly as much electricity and conserving energy in our system to do it. Either way, this is Off-Grid Amateur again, and if I didn't mention it in the first part of the video, if you like this content, you want to see more of it, make sure you click on that subscribe button, maybe hit that notifications bell, or even give the video a like. It just takes a moment. It's a real small thing. I'd appreciate it if you do it. Off-Grid Amateur, signing off.